Hi, welcome back to the Leikabenchtalks podcast. Thank you for joining me. Um, it's really sunny, but there's also a thunderstorm. Uh, I can see like the hills. There are huge grey clouds and rain, and I can literally hear from here. I don't know if this will pick up, but I can. Did you hear that? Thunder. So I don't know how long I can record. I just I don't want to be too long because I know that tonight it will be pouring. Uh, so it was pouring a lot last night. Like 3 a.m. it started chucking it down like cats and dogs. It was crazy. It was wild. But also very nice and relaxing. But today or tonight it's going to be thunder, I assume, judging by the sound coming from over there. Weird. It's weird. It's like sunny and tranquil here, but there's like a storm brewing, which I feel like is a metaphor for today, really. Like, today has been a lot better than yesterday, for sure. Like, first things first, I got a haircut. Also, it's going to be quite windy. I hope that doesn't mess up with my recording. I have a microphone, so I don't think that should affect it so much, but yeah, I hope it's not going to mess up my recording. Yeah, if you see shaking, it's windy right now. But as I was saying, today has been better than yesterday. I got a haircut. My mum cut it for me, and I love it so much because this is like stage one of my ultimate transformation. On Wednesday, I plan on getting it dyed. I bought some hair dye that I'm going to use. I'm going to dye it blonde for the very first time in my life, so wish me luck on that. I don't know how that's going to look. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but like, what's that saying? Ruffle? What's that saying? I'm low key scared, dude. Like, I don't want to get hit by light. Okay, I'm not going to say that, but Lord protect me, please. That's scary. It sounds really close. And I can literally see the stormy clouds. I wonder if I can show you at one point, but yeah, I managed to record today, and I had work this morning. It's so busy now because of summer holidays, and I'm not looking forward to that. But I don't think about it that hard, and I just do my job. I don't really overthink so much, and I can sort of handle it, you know. Um, I take it easy. I take it sporty. But yeah, some really great news um, today. Some really good news. But before I talk about that, I want to talk about last night. Like yesterday, uh, last night in particular. Last night, guys. Oh my gosh, I had the worst nightmare I've had in ages, dude. Like this nightmare was different. It was really weird. I basically dreamt about okay, so in my dream, I was a Caucasian woman for some reason, and I was like, it was kind of like a movie, like story. It's so bright. Oh my gosh. I was like moving in a flat with my like boyfriend and my like daughter, and then like I was like blessing the apartment because I found like a shrine, like a evil devil ritual shrine, and because I like noticed like cards and like the satanic ritual symbol in red, and like so I started like blessing the apartment, kind of like, you know, trying to like get the bad like spirits out. And then my boyfriend or husband, I don't know, he starts tweaking, and he starts acting all weird, and he gets possessed, and the demon just grows out of him. And it's so scary, dude. Like, it sounds kind of silly saying, like, it sounds silly when I say it out loud, but it was so scary. A demon just grows out of him and starts like terrorizing me or us, because I'm looking at it now from like third person. I'm like out of my body and just looking at the scene in third person, which is weird. But yeah, I he starts terrorizing me, and he like just snaps, and that's mostly just what I remember, me running away. And then the next scene I remember vividly is when, like, I don't know how I successfully got him out, but I'm sleeping in my apartment and it's pitch black. And I'm sleeping in the room that had the satanic ritual, like, shrine that I got rid of and, like, blessed or whatever. And I am sleeping in there for some reason. It's pitch black, and I'm like texting my, there might be some people coming. So if I get quiet, it's because like I'm shy. But I'm texting my boss saying how I don't want to go and work. Oh, no, how like some kind of like there's like two different places. This is just like my real life work, really, just kind of in my dream. Because like there's different chains, so I'm just like texting like, can I work in like the other chain? Is it available? And then like while I'm texting them and stuff, just normally I like see like feet like up like under, because I'm like sleeping here, like my bed is here, and then the door is like there, like right. I don't know why I'm sleeping right next to the door, and then like my head is here, and I can see like 2 feet, like I can see the shadow, and that really freaks me out, and I start like hyperventilating because I'm so bloody scared, and I start like screaming like, Jesus Christ is my savior. I started screaming that, guys. I started just shouting that, and it started agitating the being, whatever it was, and it eventually like it got agitated and like started shuffling away, and then I woke up. So I don't know what that was about. That was weird. I woke up and I was shook. Like, it's one of those nightmares where you wake up from and you're like, you're still kind of panicky and scared, and like, you wake up in a dark room and you're just like, you have to take a moment to remember that it's not, your dream isn't real, and that you're safe. But it's really hard when you're alone. And yeah, it just gave me the heebie jeebies, and like, I do think that that was like a real, some kind of like spiritual warfare dream, you know? I do believe that was sort of real, you know? Because when I called out to Jesus, the dream stopped. But I never want to have a dream like that ever again. That was scary. So, yeah, that was my last night, really. I had a terrible sleep last night. Like, after that, I didn't want to go to sleep. So I put on some ASMR. I wasn't working, and then I put on um, Silent Bell's live. She was still on live, but she was like leaving, and yeah, I just kind of rewatched that. Had that playing on just to distract myself, kind of calm myself down, and eventually, like, I sort of like probably slept for like an hour or two because I had to wake up early for work today, and yeah, not a good, not a good. Oh, why did I forgot about mentioning when I woke up from that terrible, horrifying dream. I woke up and like I went to my window. I get nightmares when I'm hot, when I'm too overheated in my sleep. I get nightmares. So I kind of like opened the windows and sat by my facing my windowsill, and I was just like, God, like I was like, God, please just help me, man. Like, please comfort me. I'm asking for you to comfort me right now because I really need it. That was a spiritual attack, and it left me pretty shaked up, shook. And yeah, I was asking for some comfort. And like maybe 2 minutes later, it starts raining. And me, I love when it rains. Like at night, it's so calming. It's so relaxing and calming, makes me feel cozy and just, I love rain. So it starts raining like 2 minutes later. And I'm like, thank you. Like, thank you. I know it was you, you know? And yeah, and it was like, it was raining and then it started pouring. Like, it got so heavy, it was just thick rain, really loud. So quite a lot, but, you know, I think it's quite funny, a little comical and a little sweet, kind of like God's like, here, have it all, have all this relaxation. Yeah, so um that was my night last night, and I just wanted to share that. Um Today I had work that went fine, and then um I went home and I got some really good news from my friend who is about to move to London. I think this week. I still want to see her though before she goes, but it's all kind of like out of the blue. She just tells us that she's moving to London, you know, and she broke up with her like toxic partner and is going to move to London to live out her dreams. Basically, she wants to be an artist and she's talented. She does like a pouring technique. She doesn't use like paintbrushes. That is loud. That is so scary. Oh my gosh. As soon as the sun disappears, I'm booking it back home because I'm scared. I don't want to be out here when it's like this rumbling, like deep rumbling. It's scary. Anyway, she left her toxic partner and is moving to London this week. And this like friend of mine, I'm so proud of her. First of all, I'm like literally so proud of her because I know how how big of a leap it is to change something in your life, to actually. Oh, the rain is coming from like, never you shredded wheat. The south. It's coming from behind me, I think. Anyway, so yeah, once it starts raining, I'm going. So, but she wants to be a painter, because that's what she knows is her calling. And her partner was draining her a lot and just making her feel terrible about herself and just like not being there for her, And when you're like, if you've got dreams and goals and you have plans and stuff, when you're around toxic people who drain you, they're going to literally drain you from reaching your goals, you know? Um, who you are around is really important. And you don't realize it, but it is so important who you surround yourself with. Because these people can either make you or break you. Same with like relationships. You have to be choosy. You have to be careful and selective with who you let into your space, because they can settle into your mind and be the voices of either encouragement or doubt. You know, and they'll hold you back. 100%, they'll hold you back, and they don't even care. Like they don't have your good best interests for you, So I'm just so proud of her. Like that's the best news ever. Like she for months was like going through really difficult times and just suffering through like all the stuff that she had to put up with, and she it really took a toll on her. She's a very like, if you're an artist, you're a sensitive soul, and oh oh no, please don't fall. Oh my gosh. How long can I stay out here, dude? It's getting so windy. It's literally a storm. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I think the cloud's above me now. I'm gonna have to wrap this up, like, quicker than I thought. I was gonna just talk about, like, my her sort of journey and how she became more confident. And literally, she was radiant today, when she was telling us what she did. So I'm so proud of her. Yeah, and it's inspiring me as well. It feels like it always is like when you start making changes it's so crazy how like in sync other people are also affected in your life. Like when you're going through a change, your friends also going through a change at the same time. Like it's so interesting how that happens. And that's how I feel right now, is like new beginnings, new change for all of us, and it's just making me feel like it's giving me a lot of encouragement, because I also wanted to say I need encouragement, because I was just full of like my brain was so full of self-doubt yesterday. It literally was trying to convince me to myself, like, yeah, yeah, literally. It was so horrible and so like deep, that kind of spiral of thinking, like, you know, oh, I didn't bring my notebook. I wrote down some notes, like of what I was thinking about, like some notes that I could share, like, but basically I was just spiraling with doubts and stuff, because I realized, which I wrote down in my notes, that I remember, so that's good. I realized that when you daydream about change, about your potential, it's so much easier and fun, and you can be imaginative as you want, and you're safe. You're still safe, like you're still safe being comfortable, but you dream of potential, and that's nice and delicious and fun. But when you actually step out of your comfort zone and actually start making change in your life, you will feel like shit. Because you have to face, because there's no more hiding. There's no more hiding. You are fine, like you are facing the reality of your fear of failure, because that's what it is. You're afraid to fail. That's why you don't start. You're afraid of what could happen if you fail. And I am afraid of what could happen if I fail. I still am, but I feel a little better today, because I'm just feeling so inspired from my friend's choice today, of her taking the step that she's never taken in her life, you know? It's just kind of rejuvenated me. And yeah, but it, yeah, I came to the conclusion that you will, once you actually step out, you now have to deal with fear of failure, fear of being perceived, perfectionism, doubt, people like doubting you, life, like life just happening, all these things, man. Compared to when before you were comfortable and safe, and you were like imagining your potential, and you know uh, creating a daydream land of who you can be, and like your best version of yourself and stuff. You literally get like stuck doing that. You can get stuck doing that, and you won't change. It feels like change, but you won't change. Uh, so that's what I kind of realized yesterday. And yeah, I feel so much more encouraged to keep this going, because I know that this podcast is like very bare bones, and I know that for a while no one's going to see it, but I have faith in myself, and I have faith in what I can give to the world. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So, ooh, yeah, it's getting closer. It's getting so much closer. Um, I think this is. I mean, I had some more things to say, but I can just wrap it up now. Um, so yeah, just I want you to think about like, what are you actually doing in your life? What are you actually taking steps towards, your actions? Not just what you can create in your mind or plan or whatever. What are some tiny steps or big steps that you are actually doing in your life, you know? Yeah. I feel so much, I feel so more like me that now that my hair is cut, I feel so much more confident and like myself. Yeah. I love my haircut. My mum did such a good job. She used scissors and like electric razor to like kind of smooth it out. It's not perfect, but I love it. Like, and I'm so excited to dye it. Yeah. Just if you've got like self doubt and like, you can go through like crazy spirals in your mind, just know you're not alone because I'm still trying. I'm still fighting, even though I struggle with bad negative thinking habits. I'm still out here fighting, and you should be fighting too. It's worth it. It's worth to fight for yourself. Because my friend, for like, she was in a bad situation for so long, and she felt like the person that was meant to love her and support her was abandoning her, neglecting her, and just stamping all over her. And these kinds of people, they will manipulate you and just use you for their own advantage. But when you finally put your foot down, they're going to make you the bad guy. You have to learn to accept being the bad guy in some people's stories. You won't be able to please everyone. And this is coming from a people pleaser, like a huge people pleaser. I still suffer, like, in some areas, like, I still have people pleasing tendencies to this day because, like, it's going to take a while to kind of heal from, But yeah, if you're a people pleaser, I was a massive people pleaser. And I'm telling you, you have to learn to accept being the bad guy. Once you start putting yourself first, you're going to become the bad guy in other people's stories. And that's okay because they're not in your story, Like, they're not even worth to worry about because they're not going to be in your story. It's like, if you know who you are, you know who you are. You know that you are honest, you are good, you are kind, and that you have good and pure intentions. There is nothing else you can do. If people are still convinced you're the bad guy, let them. Just let them. You can't convince and please everyone, and that's okay. Let them see a version of you that isn't even you, that they don't know the real you. They don't deserve to know the real you. So let them. You're going to be okay, and you will be fine. You will meet better people, and you will feel so much better when you just let them and put yourself first. Putting yourself first doesn't mean being heartless, being selfish. To an extent, it is being selfish, but it's a phrase for people pleasers, for people who have gone through trauma and abuse that didn't think they were worth saving. You are worth saving, and you deserve happiness. You deserve to be seen and heard and loved because you are a human being, and God made you in his image. He wouldn't make something in his image to be unlovable, you know? So, yeah. And if you're not like a believer of God, you are still worth it anyway. You are. Yeah. I struggled a lot with self-worth. I still do, but that is the truth, And yeah, just focus on yourself, focus on your plan, your purpose, and be authentic to yourself. Don't change for anyone, only change for yourself. Yeah. Um, the thunder has stopped now. It's not rumbling anymore, but the clouds are getting closer. Yeah. So today was a good day. It was a good day, productive day. This week, I am I have so many things that I want to accomplish. So let's hope that they get accomplished. Yeah, I need to show up for myself. Layla, you have to show up for yourself. I'm talking to myself. I need to show up for myself this week. This week, I want to focus on me and my goals. Yeah. And I'm just trying to kind of get everything organized because I'm also running an R account and trying to, do this podcast. And I don't know what I'm doing, man. I still don't know what technology to use and, like what's the best. And oh gosh, like, but I'm going to get this on YouTube, no doubt. So yeah. But yeah, I want to wrap up episode three. Hang on a minute. Sorry. I want to wrap up episode 2 of Lakers Bench Talks. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. And if you have anything you'd like to say in the comments, please leave a comment. Any advice, any tips, and just anything you're going through, leave it in the comments below. And I would love to sort of help, share my experience, maybe, and just connect. I just want to connect with you guys, whoever's watching. And I have faith that this podcast will become successful. And I have faith that this will be a good podcast that people will enjoy. So, yeah, I'm betting on myself. Yeah. Yeah. Shaved head. I love it. It's literally so me. And we'll see how it looks when I dye it. I'm not nervous. Maybe I'm a little bit. Like, when I put the dye on, I'm going to be nervous to see how it comes out. Yeah. I hope I won't look like a bleached potato. I hope it'll look good. Yeah. I don't know, will it? I'm trying to envision it, like how it would look on my head. Like now. Like I'm trying to Photoshop it in my mind. It's not working. Yeah. You can also follow my TikTok. Uh, I'll leave a text of my TikTok because I can't remember it right now. And yeah. Okay. I'll see you later. Thank you for listening. Ta ta.